Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, and welcome back to FF14. When we left off, hello, Sam. How the fuck are you? God, I am glad to see you. God, I am feeling so much better today than I was yesterday. I'm glad to see you. When I hung up with you yesterday, I was so dead. I passed out. But now I'm feeling much better. Today I'm doing much better. And sometimes, you know, stuff takes like 24 hours to kick in. 24, 36, who knows. So yeah. When we were last doing FF14, I left y'all on a fucking cliffhanger, didn't I? I regret nothing. We were right at the very end of Endwalker. Is it Tabin? Is it to Biden? Is it to Biden 26 VT? Ooh. I see a VT there. It makes me think, ooh, VTuber? Ooh. Isa or Is? Okay, Is. You have a good lurk. We love our lurkers around here. So yeah, we're at the very end of Endwalker main MSQ, the main base story of the game. But we got one fight left. The actual end boss. You may think, is it the End Singer? Nah, we fought the End Singer. We limit braked. We limit braked on the End Singer. The End Singer was wondering, why am I hearing boss music from the Warrior of Light? Because I was the boss. That's why. No, End Singer's not the end boss. This motherfucker is! Zenos Viator Galvus. So, we're gonna open up with a one-on-one, a 1v1. This guy has fought us before. In Stormblood, what? 3 different times? And let's just say the first 2 times it didn't go well for us. The 3rd time it went better. But no, he's gone and out and searched out. Yeah, 3, maybe 4 times, depends on whether or not you count the whole business with the primal or not. Which is sort of eh. Which, you know, it wasn't really him, he was possessing the primal, but it was like, whatever. But now it's just him, and he's got himself his little, his little shadow buddy demon thing that he pulls out to throw at us sometimes. But at least it looks like Zenos. It's not Zenos inhabiting the body of a primal. It's a 1v1. The first couple of fights in Stormblood were a 1v1. The third and kind of pseudo fourth were definitely not. The first was a 4-on-1, and with the primal it was an 8-on-1. And after that point, Zenos, trigger warning, he unalived himself. And then he kept coming back. He kept coming back. Over and over again. Motherfucker would not stay gone. And he has been dogging our damn asses ever since then. We kind of got away from him a bit in Shadowbringers by just not being in the zip code. But now that we're back from that whole nonsense, he's been back on our asses. And previously he was hanging out with some shady types that got us to this point. But now he's just like, bitch, I just want to play. I just want to have a little bit of fun, and I want to fight you until I die fighting you. I just want to fight you. And we're like, no, motherfucker, I got way too much to deal with right now. We got way bigger things going on. But we dealt with that. Dealt with it all. We're about to go home. And he's like, no, I want my duel. And the best part is, we're in the middle of deep space. Deep space. If we kick his ass here, he ain't coming home. And believe me, I don't want to see this motherfucker ever again. I hope he stays in deep space. I hope he stays in Ultima Thule, or wherever the heck this is, for the rest of time, and stops coming back. I'm okay with that, you know? I'm okay with that. That's a good ending for me. So let's have a good little punch-up, shall we? How's the audio, Sam? How's it sound? Are the levels good? Do I need to turn it up? It's looking a bit low on my end. Like, my mic sounds good, but it's like the game sound is it looks a bit low on my end. No, it's... Okay, now you can hear it. Gotcha. It's way high, okay. I'm turning it down. Yeah, it's at about minus 35 right now. Well, in decibels. Oh, master volume to 35. That is in-game master volume 35, and it's about minus 35 decibels, so... let's keep it there. That seems like a good level. Yeah. Levels look good. Alright, let's do this shit, shall we? I love this song. The Endwalker theme. Item level 550 sync. I think we're good. Let's go, motherfucker. Nice shot composition. Zenos' soul is ablaze with passion. Burning with dynamis shaped by your memory of your journey and exceeding your own limits. Alright. Let's go.
Hold nothing back. Push yourself to your limit and need to mine.
And of course, I'm a white mage, so this is gonna take a while. Well, that wasn't gonna take me out, motherfucker. That was not gonna take me out. Yeah.
Show me your fortitude, fortitude.
Akmorn. You're not gonna kill me with that. Again, I'm a white mage. I'm learning your moves. Okay. But your moveset has changed. Okay. Oh, fuck off. Piss off, you wanker. You're not gonna hit me with that. Okay. Communio. That's what that is.
A test of your reflexes.
Fuck off. Why do you do that 2 times in a row in quick succession? Okay. Oh, you're coming at me from 2 sides. Ah! You got me. Nice. Okay. Okay. The flame of your life is spent. Okay, so you can only fuck up a limited number of times. You have 6 fuck-ups, and then you're out. The rules. There are rules to this fight. Got it. Oh, ice. That's different. Whoa, okay. Petrification. You know, you could have got me there, but you were still too slow. Inside go off first. Still nope. You're not gonna get me with that one. I'm expecting it. The chasing fire comet things were much more likely. That's the one thing you got me with. This is too easy. Come on. Show me the next one. Now he's gonna res, yup. Woo! Oh! That hit a lot harder than before. That only pushed me about halfway last time.
The inferno swelling within. Come, let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor. I have you. Do not tell me.
I have no control right now.
Already spent.
Okay, that used one of my charges. Okay.
Yes, yes. Rise once more. It mustn't end yet.
I have 4 charges left. Ooh. That is the primal attack. Ooh.
Did you not wish to take my head?
How was I supposed to avoid that? Okay, well that's down to 3.
For the taking.
Oh, fuck off.
I have you.
No, no you don't. Candlewick.
A test of your reflexes.
Are you testing my reflexes or yours? I'm confused. Ah,
Show me
I
your
see, Sam.
vaunted fortitude.
Oh, you want to Akmorn? Alright, I can play that game. Tool for that.
Have you no rage left for me? No rancor?
Bell, fail me.
Mine for the taking.
Get too used to... Yeah, Bell does not work. Taking notes. Bell does not worky.
Mine for the taking.
Yeah, it's still not gonna work, dude. 2 charges left. Ah, this one. Mitt through it.
A test of your reflexes.
You didn't get it with...
Have you?
You didn't get me with it that time. Candlewick. I remember this one. Miss me, miss me.
Reflexes.
And is he going to res? Down you go.
No,
You gonna get up again?
not until the last of me is spent. Now fall.
Oh. I don't even have that much health. Jeez.
This is my moment. Our moment.
Gotcha. How can he fly? I suppose I shouldn't ask these questions. My staff has disappeared. I do have levels in Monk, motherfucker. Saw all the buttons. By the power of God in anime! I punch you. I melting anime game. That's feeling conclusion-y.
That I should lose again. How disappointing.
So really, you just wanted to beat me in a fight. You wanted to win. That was really what it was about. Well, denied.
Never have I understood those around me. Understood their obsessions. Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark, blinding, brilliant. Gone too soon. What of you, my mirror, born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure?
Oh, you clipped that. Good clip there, Sam. Good clip. Pray return to the waking sands.
Was this life a gift or a burden?
At this point, the fourth wall is being broken. It's a sleight of hand that writers will do where they're talking to the audience, not to the player. Stormblood.
Did you find fulfillment?
Very early in Endwalker there. There's a light in the sky. Ah! Well, shit. I did throw that up into the sky earlier, but I hit the button and it teleported all the others away. Apparently mine was still airborne. I blame Medion for that. Plot contrivance! Oh, that's very silly. That's very silly. And we will wake up. Yep, there we are.
Must tend to... Open your...
Yeah, it sort of
Please.
actuated the button when it hit the floor of wherever the fuck that was.
Please.
We're hearing everybody's voices. Who's crying?
You can't leave us.
That
Not
was
like
a...
this. If you do, I'll never forgive you. So come on. Open your eyes and get up.
And there's the titles.
Are you with us?
Everything hurts.
Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought...
Is everyone alright?
After what you've done, you're the last person
Yes!
to be asking that.
Okay, fair.
You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
Somebody had to fight the end boss.
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
A fine show indeed. What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
I wasn't alone, though.
Put yourself in our place.
You guys
If
threw
you
your
hadn't returned, how
threw
do you
your
feel
dynamis
you
at me,
feel?
and it worked.
And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
That is fair.
We tended
That is
to
valid.
my wounds as best we could. But how is the pain?
Everything hurts. Ow.
That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Gladdening!
Alizé.
There's nothing gladdening about this. When Meteion appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came. And
Yeah, I
when
got
you
waylaid.
finally deigned to appear, you're within an ilm of your life.
I got waylaid.
Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
Okay, fair. Fair.
Oh, those were cries of celebration. Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once.
What did you do?
I hope you're ready.
What did you do, Thancred?
While you were unconscious, we set out from Ultima Thule, you see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside.
I like how there's just this big wince and then she grabs Alphino's hand. Because it's like, clearly we did not come out completely unscathed. Ah, the sky of home.
We're home, my friend. We're home.
Limsa Luminsa, the Admiral herself. Ishgard. Ulda. Bridania. Alamigo. Arlamald. I guess it makes sense. We're moving slowly. Radzathan. Doma. We're moving east to west. Means we probably do a full circuit around the planet before coming into a landing from the east to west side into Sharlayan. Which means they're actually facing the wrong way, I think.
Was that?
Oh well. I can... Whatever. I shrug it off. Technically it's the wrong direction, but whatever. We're having dramatic effect. Sorry it took so long.
Thank heavens. Truly.
Wolf Son and Bloeda.
Yes!
Ooh. In the end, Porshno was just worried about his kids, and you know what? I can't really blame him for that. But we kept our promise and brought them home. I just hope he never finds out what it took. We're just not gonna tell him about the etheric vaporization thing. Probably best not to tell their father. Being a Trekkie, I love these ship shots. The ship shots are great. in a way, the Ragnarok itself is a character in this story. Just like in Star Trek movies, the ship itself is a character in the story.
Welcome home!
Just dropped her in the bay, I guess. Why don't we just have a landing pad, don't we? Or does it not work in reverse? I'll have to get it back to the platform. In this house, we watch the credits. We watch the credits because, you know, these are all people who put in time and effort of their lives into making this. Well, that doesn't mean we're not going to talk. You made Alize cry. Fair. That is fair. Now the question is, Sam, are we going to be able to get to the first post-Endwalker dungeon tonight? That's what I'm going to try for. But like I said, we watch the credits in this house, in this dojo. Minfilia. The waif. I was never a fan of Minfilia's character because it felt like she just existed to be saved in several stories. Ida and Papalymo, or should I say, Lys. She got a new lease on life. I can't believe I just said that pun. Alphna and Sid. Back in ARR. Gaius van Belsar. But do you believe in Eorzea? The successful conclusion of A Realm Reborn. A Realm Reborn Thancred. Back when he was a rogue. Dad cred. I don't remember his name. Varys Yeagalvis, I believe it was. Oriange and Moonbrita. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. The captioning called her Moon Burrito. Varys Galvis. Interesting. Midgard Sommer. Realm Reborn. Ishtola. You know, when I look back now, when she still had regular eyes, Graha. Very early Graha. Honestly, old Y'shtola doesn't look familiar to me anymore. It's Shadowbringers Y'shtola or nothing. Heaven's word. Amaric. Damn, I love this song. More Heaven's Word music. Isiajo Dragoon. Getting sort of this tour of the story that brought us this far, you know? Nidhogg. A lot of people worked on this game. Oshafont. A boy. Our pansexual friend. Our pansexual paladin boy. Amaric and Mick Pope hat. Pope McSchlongtop. Iceheart. Or more specifically, in this form, Shiva. The Knights of the Round. While this is running, I'm gonna get a drink. Be right back. I'm just gonna let this run. The Warriors of Darkness. Refresh my drink. Menphilia 2.0. Oshofont and Iceheart. Ysael. That's her proper name. Ysael. But we knew her as Iceheart. Papalimo. Right at Baelsar's wall. Right before Stormblood kicked off. Stormblood music now. Rhalgr's Reach. You can actually see the logo on his crown, and that's Rhalgr, the statue of Rhalgr. God, McPunchy face. Cat was asking me if we were going to do the, I don't remember her name. I should remember her name. I don't remember her name. Ah, that was early Zenos. No, not Tsukiyomi. The girl who had the redemption arc from being a villain in Stormblood to actually being sort of an anti-hero. She helped us in the fight against, Fordola. Thank you. Fordola. That was her name. Thank you, Sam. My memory isn't what it used to be. Cyrena. The lesbians. Cyrena and Sadu. With the guy who tried to get between them and failed. Ret, I think it was? M-Tribe Ret, I want to say? This has become a game of, like, can my memory actually produce their names? Yeah, love me some Fordola. Yeah, I hear that, Sam. I hear that. Hien. Or as I prefer to call him, Cyan. There's an FF6 reference. He's basically just Cyan. But yes, Hien. His name is Hien. Emperor of Doma. And Y'shtola herself. In Japanese, it is pronounced Cayenne, but... Oh, Cayenne? Cayenne? But yeah. Yes, Y'shtola, or no, Y'shtola, not. Lys, the current leader of Alamigo, formerly Ida. Oh, creepy face. Asahi. Asahi McCreepy face. There you go, Tsukiyomi music. There you go, Sam. It's a headbanger. I should remember her actual name, but my brain is just like, no, your name is Tsukiyomi. Of course, that's not her actual name. And the picture of her is Tsukiyomi. There you go. Bunny Lady. Right before Shadowbringers even existed, Bunny Lady. It's like, if there was a hint that Bunny Ladies were coming, Tsukiyomi was it. Yikes. In his post-ARR incarnation. In his redemption arc. More Zenos. Shadowbringers! Hi, Lena! Shadowbringers, yay! Lena. Technically adopted by Graha. So, Graha's, like, adopted, like, daughter-ish? Granddaughter-ish? There was, like, 100 years age difference between them. Oh, my sapling! Granddaughter, yeah. Would be a much closer description. Our king, yes. King of the fairies. God, I loved Shadowbringers. Yeah, Kat was suggesting it's like, if we get through Dawn Trail, maybe we should just do a... We should just do a replay of Shadowbringers using New Game Plus. And I'm like, if we get that far, I'm not against it. Because God, I love Shadowbringers. It was great. Absolute peak FF14. Oddly appropriate to show this particular shot in the credits for Endwalker. Appropriate. Very appropriate. Considering we just punched both of those people. Shadowbringers was Wrath of the Lich King of FF14. Absolutely. Jump back to Heavensward for a shot of Thancred. Actually, no, this wasn't Heavensward. This is Shadowbringers because he's in the Gunbreaker outfit. So this is after the fight with what's the guy? Dragon guy. Ranjit. Thank you. Thank you, Sam. After the fight with Ranjit. And we get a shot of Mount Gulg being touched by a Talos. Touchy, touchy, hands touchy. Amarat. And Emmett Silk. Oh shit, it's Ranjit. Exactly, Sam. Oh shit, it's Ranjit. God, I loved Shadowbringers. I loved Wrath of the Lich King, too. Absolute peak of their respective games. That's not to say Endwalker was bad. It's just Shadowbringers is my favorite. I stopped raiding in WoW the week before my guild beat Arthas, and I do not regret it a lick. You know what? That's heckin' fair, actually. Like, it was, for me, it was the Legion AP grind. And, like, those who are not Sam may not know this, but the reason I started playing FF14 was the AP grind in Legion. Raha. And Shadowbringers. Yeah, and I, at that point, some of my friends said, hey, maybe try the competition. Maybe try this other game. Maybe try FF14. And it was in the middle of the Heavensward expansion. Patch 3.35 at the time. Because soon after I started playing, patch 3.4 dropped. Sorry, sometimes I just stop and listen to the music. Elidibus. But in a way, World of Warcraft and the AP grind in Legion is the reason I'm playing FF14. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. And now we're into Endwalker. Very early, with Endwalker music. I don't feel any desire to go back to WoW. I still don't. I'm still very, very firmly burned out on it. The AP grind killed it. I could not handle raiding as a disabled person, and my guild was very accommodating. Line was one of my main tanks, obviously, and I was... IIRC, I was a DPS pigtailed gnome death knight named Hate. Fair? Fuji wrote the lyrics for Endwalker. That's a fun tidbit. Well, here's a fun fact for you, Sam. I mained Night Elf, and I sort of had two mains. I had a priest main and a hunter main. The name Mitha is a shortened version of Mithrahim. Was the name of my main. Most of the people in my guild did not want to say the full name Mithrahim, so it just became Mitha, and the name stuck. So, Mitha it stayed. Baby Emmett Silk. Emmett Silk, baby. And he's hilarious. You're so cute. I want to pat you on the cheek and call you baby. Ah, Hades. And Meteon. Well, not Hades. Hermes. Hades was Emmett Silk's other name. Mom! The Nut. Crystal Mom. Da, 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 da. The Zodiac fight music. Aww. I had a Draenor Paladin named Extra that I played Retribution 90% of the time. The other 10% was Holy Pally, 2 Arena PvP, Lines Prot Warrior. Oh, nice! Plus 10 to Tails, minus 10 to interdimensional travel. The joke only WoW players will get. Garuda's hands are so weird. Russo ensconced and played it was impossible to kill us. Yeah, I believe that. Oh, this is gonna get copyright claimed. Every time this plays, YouTube copyright claims it. Now, they've never taken a cent of any revenue, but they always claim it. Because YouTube. You know what? Fine by me. We're just gonna mute the game now. We're just gonna mute the game. Because Why not? We're at the part at the end where it's all corporate advertising anyway. I don't really care about this bit at all. I don't care about this bit. I care more about the actual people who, like, whose names are in this. I care about that so much more. Intel. Oh, lovely. And all the FF14 players. Credits release 12/21. We've now dated this. And this is the bit I was waiting for. This is a fun little shot. Where it's like, it's pretty clear the developers are like, we're just going to put something fun as like an end credit stinger. That look. Nice shot. A very nice shot. That's a cool bit of art.
Mother, dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the rising stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself, a veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become
Moment we came
shining
home
lights that
to tell
illuminate
Philomene
the dark.
that her daughter has died.
Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades. For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there.
Late again, Alphino.
At least, that is what the story will be. Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
And to be fair, that's more than anything the reason why the Scions of the Seventh Dawn had to be disbanded, is because they needed to stop using us as, you know, the plug that they pull whenever there's a crisis. They needed to start dealing with it themselves. And we've equipped the Grand Companies of Eorzea to be able to handle just about anything that comes at them.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
We did get kind of big for our britches there.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask. I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations.
I don't know that it's that secret.
To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru. As do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart.
Get out of my house. I want my house back.
Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right?
What ears do those glasses sit on? I don't know. They just sort of, the stems just hover in air. Kotane, Ori Boulder, and Graha. Oh, Tigress, might you have a moment to talk? I don't know. With the science stepping away from public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. After speaking with Kryl, I've decided I will be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Baldesia. Makes sense. Not only am I indebted to Master Galuf for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would never have set foot within the Crystal Tower. Shadowbringer's music. How different my life might have been. I would never have met you, never became a caretaker of the tower, never became a scion. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope I continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise to embark on a new adventure together, unlike any we have experienced before. Sounds good to me. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. Do you recall in the realm of the Omicrons when I asked you if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic? While it's true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams, in the end, nothing would give me greater joy would be this than to stand with you in the here and now. I mean, honestly, no one's gonna write my epic but me. And, like, way I write it, everyone that had a part is gonna get proper naming. It needn't be some grand endeavor. Oh, it will be. There needn't be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope that you will do the same for me. Oh, honey, honey, that's coming. Just you wait. Without a second thought. I'll hold you to that. You should. As much as we've already seen, there still sounds so much we haven't. Who knows? Perhaps we'll encounter survivors of the Omicron somewhere out there. I mean, dragons. There's an entire continent of Mericidia. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible they found themselves some far-flung home. maybe. And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands that will never come? I would bid them seek adventure with someone. With a partner, find new purpose. A new dream. Or if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word. And should a commission of interest come my way, you will be the first to know. Y'shtola, Clement, Aner, and Ochre Boulder. The Boulder Brothers. Ah. This is actually Matoya's music. Which is somewhat appropriate, considering we're talking to Y'shtola. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I am averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I've been meaning to ask you, something that had been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final days had subsided. During our travels, we witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles. More than could be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts, the history of Atheros and the ancients, glimpses of the Ea and their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them in formal records for wider consumption. Write your story, Y'shtola. When needed, I penned reports and prepared briefings, and ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies to a book or tablet. Why? Why have you balked at it? Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it invariably is molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well-intentioned the rendering. You're not really going to get away from that. All you can do is be honest and say, it's like, this is my perspective. I'm telling things from my perspective, and just be clear. It's like, I can only tell things from the perspective of what I saw. An event is described as sad, a summation which fails to express the emotional complexity. Yet the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Only if you let your words be a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling on one upon another until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet, even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do of course realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. What say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for posterity? Absolutely. Aye, let them be read and remembered. Because none yet live that remember. The words of Tolkien very much apply here. For none yet live that remember. Very well then, I shall endeavor to pen what I can of the Ea, the ancients, and so many other wonders. I mean, I should write what... I was the one that saw the ancients, so it's like, I should definitely write it down. But I am no scribe. It will be a less polished work, and more of a reordering of scattered notes. Whatever works. As long as the words are yours. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. Yeah. It's a very autistic thing. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. Oh, absolutely. Never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. Absolutely. Easy at your dragoon. If you have something to say, then out with it. I've never done this one, so I'm going to say this. Just wondering how I'll earn my keep now. What? I thought you adventurers had any number of ways to earn coin. And though the Scion's mode of operations changed, we should be compensated as before. In any case, I do not want four options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Amaric hear of our disbandment that he offered for me to take up a post of guardsman in the Imperium district. As far as a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. What does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Yeah? Some days ago, a Hanish envoy arrived with word from Vitra. The worm requires my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not. Ah. Heaven's word music. In Thavnair, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Medion. Though it was too late for those who'd already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Or those who sought refuge in Sharlayan. Most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vitra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Sharlayan if they wish to work and study. Vitra was always the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in the name as well. One who has complete confidence of his people. If the envoy's tone was any indication. I'm often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have been assured his benevolence hid ulterior motives. But it is clear that he cares for his people, and they, in turn, revere him. Yeah. Estinian, you've grown. This is called character development, my dude. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Vitra's kin sought release from conflict, so weary were they of suffering. It wrought. They surrendered to oblivion. But Midgard Sormer didn't give up. In hope, he made the journey to distant Atheris with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were many times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. And gave rise to an entire race of Elysian, the Ishgardians. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance, I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. Cred! Ah, our champion and savior. Oh, don't call me that. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours. And the rest of you, for that matter. On the mend, I trust? I've been resting. Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way. Healing magics or no, I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, just hardly the first time you've cheated death. No, hardly. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Media undefeated, her Song of Oblivion cut short, the source and her reflections delivered from the final days. And if you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost. But you held fast. Now, Reen has it tomorrow. Ah, yeah, that's what you're thinking about. And this is why I like calling him Dad Crit. Because in his head, though he's like an entire planet away, Thancred is still dad to a little girl. He's still Reen's dad. And now Reen has it tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. She's gay and she's dating another girl. No, like, seriously, that's canon. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as, quote, aimless wandering. No, I was going to call you gay lovers. We have a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We will do our best to help out when and where we can. Which, I suppose, is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering, when you get right down to it. No. Gay husbandos. Sweetie, get it right. Perhaps you could tell her I'm faring well and leave it at that, eh? Nah. No. Gay husbandos. No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to sit still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones that always comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the science came together, I only hoped Minfilia to find a place where she belonged, but never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me. I have a question, and imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined? Easy on the fourth wall there, pal. It's never been a dull moment, that's for certain. That's one way of putting it. In many ways, the experience has left us stronger than when we began. Okay. But all good things must come to an end. At least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or recon, you know who to ask. I'll come running, and you'll likely get a certain funny talking fortune teller into the bargain. Yeah. Gay lovers. That's my headcanon, and I'm sticking to it. You cannot dissuade me. Speaking of gay lovers... Have you spoken with our comrades? Yeah, I spoke to your husbando. Though this parting may not be forevermore, 'tis nonetheless occasion for sorrow, akin to a pixie's path. The navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loporrits embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Aetheris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet, ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of each other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loporrits hath gleefully dispersed across the lands in the name of mutual understanding. Eidolon, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star. And 'tis Venat's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. That makes sense. That tracks. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in a boon for us all. Moreover, I continue our acquaintance and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Acquaintance? I'd call it a friendship. I did not wish to presume. Twitch wants to do an ad break. It's ad break time! It's ad break time! It's ad break time! Let's do a 5-minute break. Be right back. Just doing a quick ad break. Alright. Back to Urianger. I would be honored should they consider me a friend. I'm pretty sure they do. For 'tis certainly true that I have grown fond of their company. But I shall not digress no further. This day should belong to the signs of the seventh dawn, to my incomparable companions. Ofttimes hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet here amongst you I stand, no amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Your heart's always been in the right place. Thus instead do I proffer my humble support. Let it be under the deepest and highest heavens, even if I must needs founder across stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. Before or after you bury me? Tigress, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep for my belongings. Wouldn't do if I'd forgotten something halfway to my destination. Well, in case you hadn't heard, we've received new reports dealing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears that the situation is gravest in the lands surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north and Garlemald and the lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was the area in the northern Empty. Had our request taken any longer, Charlatan 2 would have come under threat. Yeah. We know. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still roam about, but these localized crises should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle on their own. The science are no longer needed. Which isn't to say we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals. No more of this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Elfino. They were among the worst affected, and they still need all the help they can get. Fair enough. You know they did hold you prisoner. Won't be easy. No, it won't. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though, I'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I do understand Alizé, believe me. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. When was that? I'm trying to remember when that was. When did I activate the teleporter without warning? I don't remember. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere trying my best. I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alizé Leviure. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, Next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. What makes you think I don't already do? The salvation Minfilia dreamed for Eorzea comes closer to reality with every step the Scions take. Yes, the world may still be in the throes of change, but it is improving. I see it happening day by day, and I sit here praying that whatever new road you walk will bring you the wonder and joy you deserve. Should you need a rest in between your journeys, do come and join me on the terrace for old time's sake. A tea would be lovely. It's a shame the Scions are disbanding, even if only in name. I still fondly recall the days you granted me my uniform. Yeah, I remember that too. The memory remains vivid, yet it feels like a lifetime ago. I consider returning to the Adder's Nest, but since I've come this far, I've decided I ought to continue my journey and venture to Garlemald itself. I can't hold a candle to the infamous wandering minstrel, but I thought I'd share with the Garleans the tale of your epic deeds, extended them an olive branch of song, if you will. I mean, I don't think they'd be too happy to hear about me, but if you think it'll help... Oh, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? Yes, all over. I can't apologize enough for sending Zenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Charlian, I was truly torn as ever. There was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that he would not be deterred from seeking you out. He might at least aid in our cause. So I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him, despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. It worked out. You did the right thing. It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the Forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better. And I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Valdesian. Through our work, Charlian will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in the future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Nojika and the other remaining members. Together, we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. You know where to find me. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obligated, mind you, but because you feel the allure for the task itself. You know my link pearl number. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Go look for a paintbrush. Just trust me. Alright, kiddo. Pray and forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been, tending to the aftermath of the Exodus, he's been good enough to show concern for the Scions. Really? I thought he hated our guts. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I'm able. To be fair, your mother always read them. It was your father that was the issue. A little effort to set their minds at ease while I continue to be away from Charlian. Both Alizai and I are off to assist with Garlemald's recovery, you say, though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation. You do remember they kidnapped and imprisoned you, right? You remember the shock... Never mind, I don't know why I bother. We cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will rejoin those members of the Ilsebard contingent still stationed there, Lucia and Maxima. Still helm the relief effort, with support from their allies, the people of Garlemald among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Lucina and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Her sister. Oh boy. Look, Alpino. Lucia's sister was a fucking piece of work. And you saw what she became. She was her own monster. We did not create her. She created herself. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. That's true. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts that we might help them better begin anew. A noble undertaking, but remember, you are still everything they hate. I'll visit when I can. By all means, full glad would I be for your visit, and I believe I speak for Alizé as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing, and will continue to do so. Yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you. In good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Spoken your fill, have you? Yes, my voice is getting sore. If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. With your permission, then. As if you need my permission, Tataru. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. In my capacity, as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till we next meet, be well.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who would be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Charlian before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Rads at Han, will you not?
Aye, for Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
You didn't ask where I was going.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge her plans.
I'm going home. And I'm going to start writing.
Quite right.
Indeed.
Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
Rest and recovery. Hi, Medion. Nice shot. Yet stand tall, my friend, our journey will never end. Meanwhile, 10,000 years ago,
the constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me.
Elidibus's voice.
Of souls, shimmering and eternal.
Hi, Elidibus.
And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as she foretold.
Do I really want to go and do your raid series?
We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium. Oh, the sights we shall see.
That its chorus might ring for all. Tataru! Lovely to see you. Not in too much of a rush. I was about to make tea. Would you like a cup? Always. Take a seat then. I'll find something for us to nibble on as well. I do love a tea. Though I prefer E. Oh, jeez. That's a lot of sugar.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Rest and recovery. That includes you, Sam. Self-care. As you're able. Self-care.
What you went through, I'm not surprised you need a moment to think. But if you're open to suggestions, I might have one for you.
Oh. Do tell.
You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again, and travel the world in search of wonder.
I've never just sat here and not said anything. I kind of wonder what happens if I do that.
If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me. Thavner, that's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzatan the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you.
Not to mention Mr. Azure Dragoon.
Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance.
Emmett Silk did mention something about the bounty.
Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the bounty?
Yeah.
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
That's true. We are still technically the only remaining member of the Convocation of 14. We are Azem.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
Don't worry about it.
Shouldn't take much longer now, though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
As you wish. I do like the tea. Make sure it has pockets. Because this dress does not have pockets.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
I'm relaxing with tea.
I'm one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
Better than that carbuncle, at least.
I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Well, sometimes just the animal. Sitting there nodding off.
The waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
I'm passing out. Newfound adventure.
Ah, you're awake.
Stretch.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing. You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga?
It's more just self-care.
Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Sure. The size difference between the two of them is astounding. Let's see. There it is. Boppy. Boppy. Observe as the artiste refines her material into a masterpiece. No napping this time. I only need a moment. You'll see. Little more room in the shoulders, open up the cuffs, a final adjustment to the hem. On. Let's see how it looks. Doesn't it just scream ready for a bold new adventure? Looks like I'm level 1. I'm glad you approve. What do I owe you? Don't be silly. Your approval is enough. If you want to thank me, though, all I ask is you wear this on your travels. Alright. At least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. Now look at you, famous hero, and wonder, where did she purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of customers will be climbing all over each other to place orders at Tataru's boutique. Ah, okay, gotcha. I can hear it now, the merry clink, clink, clink of gill overflowing my coffers, sweet music to my ears. Thanks. I'm an investment. Delightful. And off we go. Patch 6.1. Burgeoning mercantile empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. I write things down at the end of the day when I get home. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. Collection expanded. The Unending Codex. We now write things down. Tataru. Coin Keeper of the Seventh Dawn. Scions. The Secret Society was a product of a merger between the Circle of Knowing, led by Louison Levier, the Path of the 12, led by Minfilia Ward, following the Seventh Umbral Calamity. The Final Days. See? I told you. We're writing things down. As the former receptionist, and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Please, the Scions are no more. We're out in public, hon. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip. The best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. Yeah, I know. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive at Thabner, I suggest you explore the options at Nereid's Mehane. I'm never going to say that correctly. Finest drinking establishment in Radadahan. Yeah, I've been there before. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of local tale-tellers, but also share with you tricks for loosening their tongues. Now, I really must get back to work running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, and may fair fortune find you. Say that 5 times fast. Fair fortune find you. Up we go! Milio. Hey, cutie. Welcome to Merritt's Maine. Stop! Oh! I didn't recognize you at first. You alone? Let me find you a table. That's good. Ruins beneath the bounty. Would you be speaking of sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you all about it. Ah, there he is, Professor Jeline. I thought I just saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for Mahane's unique beverages. He's an alcoholic. Offering a mini drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and perhaps a few other odd bits beside. Whatever you buy him on the house, by the way, Marie found out I took coin from Thavnair's savior. She would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Fair. I'll try not to cost you too much. Yes? Now what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Oh, just friendly chat, how about a drink? Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. One of Mary's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Jeline empties the cup in a single pull. That was very kind of you, miss. But I know when I'm being softened up. What is it you want from me? Fair. Oh ho, chasing down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. And where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Aldazal? He was a Khan to the Ari tribe, which sailed to Thavnair from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Razathan. His decision to aid the Arcasodra is what ultimately won them the war against the Gajasura, allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating story, however, concerns his grandson, Aldazal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap of Razathan's earlier days. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely and returned with glittering riches. Others he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Aldazal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a secret and deep storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship fell on Razathan, folk would remember that tale of treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Want to hear more? My cup appears to be empty. Another for the professor. Another for the professor. Oh, splendid day. Where were we? Ah, yes. Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault refused, flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts were only served to feed the legend, and the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Azama was saying. Azama's a fellow connoisseur of spiritual bowls. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail, I hear, but he did have... I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage it? A clearly foolhardy quest? If my words sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I think I've heard enough. Yeah, so, well, I suppose any adventurer worth his salt can go and find the place yourself, eh? Speak with Azama. Okay. I have an idea where to start now. I do love hanging out around here, though. That said... I actually remember where this person is. I legit do not remember. Somewhere in the bazaar, I think. I'll just look around for a bit. It's fine. Didn't have to look long. Bye. Who may you be? All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in search for Aldazal's legacy. I've been watching for his sails ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. That look in his eyes. I knew it wasn't common or gold or jewels he left it after. But Aldazal's otherworldly hoard. His ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. I'll not attempt to turn you from the path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor. So I will tell you what he told me. He convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. Seems this merchant, one Zashal, I believe, is selling the map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for his exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you're truly intent on seeking the treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. Otherworldly does seem to be the, theme lately.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself.
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy.
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never returned with that treasure alive.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map! Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they stand to uncover.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
A fortune, you say?
I do hate being manipulated, but someone here likes it. Someone likes it that way.
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Mm-hmm. Someone's being manipulated.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
Istinian. Istinian. You goofball.
Well met, my friend.
So.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
Oh, I didn't put the outfit on, did I?
Why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the bounty.
Wow.
Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
Annie shot.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
I hope the kid earned his
Now,
pay.
face one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
Never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days.
Fair.
I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Well, at least somebody remembers that we did that.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
Fair.
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant.
You noticed that, did
I
you?
suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough.
You know, Estinian, your insight is sharp, Estinian.
Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
Fair.
You are coming along, yes?
You know me well enough. Shall we split the expenses?
I appreciate the concern, but one thing I've learned from my time with the Sirens is how to better manage my coin purse.
You? Really? Saru?
Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Mister, I spent $1 million for a hair tie. Estinian added to the codex. Well, it's about that time. Wednesdays, we tend to run quick 3-hour stream, 14. Tomorrow, we're coming in with Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. And Friday, hopefully, if Pat's feeling up to it, we're going to be doing BG3. Next week, on Tuesday, we're going to be coming in with Mass Effect 2. And we'll come back to FF14 on Wednesday. March 21st, of course, is when our new tabletop series comes out, the Vampire the Masquerade campaign. That's over on the TransXP TTRPG channel, which of course, I'll be there, because I'm one of the performers. In the meantime, let's see who's on, shall we? Rika's on. Excellent. All right, everybody. Give my love to Rika. She's good peeps. She's doing a Just Chatting stream, and I think we will come in and knock on her door. Shall we? Hope to see everybody tomorrow for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Oh, and a week from tomorrow, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, I'm going to be doing a Deep Rock Galactic stream with my friend Lilycat. That's not this Thursday, that's next Thursday. And I'll see you tomorrow for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take care of the planet, and I'll see you tomorrow.